I had a sugar daddy that paid me $2,000 a month just to text. Not even for pictures, just to text. And on top of that, he had given me a credit card to use for anything I wanted. And our relationship went on for 3 years, but the way I met him is not from some site. I was actually serving at Buffalo Wild Wings at the time. And I was a waitress there, and I was serving this table. And it was him and this really young girl, and right away I could tell it was like a sugar daddy type situation. And of course, no judgment, like get your money, girl. But I'm just talking with them, and when he goes to leave, he leaves me a $100 tip on a $40 bill. And he leaves his business card with it. And he left before I could thank him for the tip, so I just texted him and I was like, hey, thank you so much for that tip. That was really nice of you. You did not have to do that. And he was like, no, you're amazing. You deserved it. And he was like, when do you work next? I want to come back in. And of course, he has tipped me $100. I'm like, come in as often as you'd like. So I told him when the next time I worked, and he came in again. Well, when he comes in again, he's telling me how he's about to buy a bar and he wants me to bartend. And at this time I had just turned 21 and I was just serving, so of course I wanted to bartend. So I'm like, yes, I would love to. Let's do that. Let's work something out. And so because of that, we kept talking, we kept texting back and forth. And whenever we would text, it would be super casual. And I would honestly just vent to him like I would vent to any of my other friends. So what started it off is I was complaining about owning a home and just things breaking. That's just how home owning goes. My dishwasher broke the same day my washer broke, and I had to buy both of those appliances, and it was really expensive, so I was picking up extra shifts to be able to pay for it. Well, then he just sends me the money for it, to the point where he just started sending me money without me ever even asking. So for 3 years this went on, and then one day he was like, I really want to take you out on a date. And he was always coming to see me at work, so I was really getting comfortable with him. I was talking with him all the time, so I was like, you know what? Fine. So our very first date, he takes me out shopping. And on our first date, I bought Victoria's Secret bras, I bought perfume, I bought a Michael Kors bag, and we were actually having really good conversation. And this was my first time I've ever even known like what sugar baby dating is. I never had anything like this before. And living in Indiana, it's not super common, so it wasn't something I was used to seeing. Then he bought me VIP tickets to EDC Orlando. He bought me concert tickets to Cardi B. And because I got spoiled so much in that, I was like, okay, I want to do this again. So when I moved out of Indiana, I kind of gave him to one of my friends, and he started taking care of her, you know, taking care of all her bills, taking her shopping. And I'm like, I want to find that again. So I get on Seeking Arrangement looking for that similar type of arrangement, realizing I had a unicorn. And most sugar daddies want more than just to text, if you know what I mean. But it was good while it lasted.
So fellas, as you know, man, a lot of this goes on. Some of you guys out there may be sugar daddies. We talked about this before. Hey, it's fairly new to me. I learned this a few years ago that there are, you got older heads in particular who don't really care as long as they have some company. Talking to a younger lady, she said she was 2019 at the time or whatever. And a lot of guys just have disposable income and just like to have a beautiful woman on their arm at the end of the day. It just happens. And as we grow older, and a lot of older women don't like to come to this realization that guys your age, especially once you're in your 40s, guys your age, 40-year-olds really don't want to, 40-year-old men and above really don't want to date their contemporaries in terms of women that are the same age. They're wanting to go for much younger women, and they have the assets and the funding to be able to do these things. And as well, they're able to provide mentorship to a lot of these young ladies as far as business goes, life goes, and these things that women have access to. And when I say maturing in that aspect, because a lot of people gave me crap about women don't mature fast, they have access to a lot of times the beautiful women have access to a lot more men who may be high value or maybe quite experienced in business, so on and so forth, just by virtue of them being beautiful women. And in her case, this guy was paying her $2,000, guys, $2,000 a month just to text, according to her. No buns were involved. I'm just saying, he shows up. She's a waitress at B-Dubs in Indiana. Everybody has jokes about Indiana. I've heard jokes about Indiana. You know, it is what it is. But this is the way this guy, a lot of these older guys, I'm assuming he's a much older guy, don't have time for the BS. Here's a tip. Here's my card. You should get my hint. You should be picking up what I'm putting down. It's right there. And she took the bait with the $40, $50, whatever or $100 tip, whatever it was she said. And she called, and I just find it kind of strange, but not to say there aren't guys out there. 3 years, I think she said they didn't go on their first date till 3 years. Maybe I may be mistaken, but that's what I thought I heard her say. And he took you shopping and Michael Kors and Victoria's Secret and all. And a lot of this is probably chump change to him at the end of the day. But once again, guys, some dudes just want to spend their money just to say that they're dealing with a young girl and nothing sexual be involved. Companionship, and you're not really meeting up with her. But things like this as well, especially for a girl, as she said, she met a unicorn, a young lady like her. It kind of gives you a false sense of reality, thinking that you're going to encounter, just like women not really taking marriage seriously till in their 30s. They're thinking that all these guys that are coming at them, or all of these guys, are going to be around when they're in their 30s and 40s, and that's just not the case. So she's thinking like, well, if I pulled this one just working, I didn't have to go to college or anything, or I just got picked up being a waitress at B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings. So why wouldn't I be able to pull another one? And she ended up moving with that same mindset, thinking that it was going to happen. Ended up on, shout out to Mr. Fuddle. She tried to go and seeking arrangements and realizing that she would have to disperse the buns, because most sugar daddies want some sugar. A lot of times that was a unicorn, if you're telling the truth, that this guy didn't want anything from you. He didn't want anything out of you except just to text you and put you on a little stipend, a monthly stipend, and issued you a credit card, made you an authorized user. What else did you learn though, baby? This is what I say to a lot of these young ladies. And a lot of these young ladies, if you've ever conversed with a younger woman, you realize a huge difference. And a lot of you ladies that are watching right now know this as well. There's a huge difference in the mentality when you're talking to a younger girl, where her mindset is at. And for some guys that are in their 30s, 40s, dealing with a woman like that, it's like, what can you really talk about? The only thing is really in the bedroom at the end of the day. So I don't know, when these guys reach for these girls this young, is the mindset. It really is shocking, the mindset of a lot of these young women. But it happens. $2,000. Hey, these guys overseas, these girls getting flued out. Stuff is happening left and right. But it almost seems with the advent of social media, this is just becoming something prevalent, where it's just like, how much money can I get just based off my looks, without really a long-term plan involved in the situation? Where's the long-term plan? What does she get out of the two? What does she do with the $2,000? I know you have some women, she sounded like what a single mother would say, like, oh, this is broke down, my washer and dryer is broke down, and you got guys like that. Hey, I'll take care of it. Here's the money to do it, and they really don't care. I just can't see myself doing that. If I'm gonna be a sugar daddy, it's gonna be some, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. That's what's gonna be going on. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, let me know what you guys think about this, man. Let me know if you guys ever been for you ladies, you ever been in that sugar baby situation, or for you guys, if you ever been, that great sugar daddy that these ladies are talking about, man. Let me know. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Calendly and Linktree to book that one-on-one with yours truly. Make sure you guys subscribe to my backup channel. And with that being said, man, this is Wisdom. Peace be upon you all, the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth